Welcome, everybody, to Probably Professionals, a podcast presented by kindofcoaches.com. My name is Blake Langford. I'm joined today by Taylor Heath and Bryan Baker. What's up?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing fantastic. I'm a little bit exhausted.
Yeah.
I didn't get enough sleep, but who gets enough sleep these days? Anybody out there get enough sleep?
I don't know why I asked you how you were doing. Like I haven't been sitting here and talking to you for the last hour.
Yeah, so far, I mean, like we get a little bit better each time, but we need to get a lot better each time, I think. Well, it doesn't help that like every time we do this, we get some new equipment, and we got to figure it out, and no one has time to read instructions and all that.
Yeah,
so,
nobody has time for anything.
Tell us about that mixer thing you got, Taylor.
So I got it's called the Go XLR. It's by Helicon Games. It is a mixer, it is a sampler, and it is a voice effects all in one. So, and it's got a whole bunch of lights and stuff on it that I haven't quite figured out yet. But yeah, I got it. Got it a few days ago, and I've been annoying you with it since it came in the mail. So I'm pretty excited about my purchase.
Yeah, it was. It was Taylor's idea for me to make a YouTube video about setting up the Go XLR, and I said, I don't know if I can do that because I don't have one, and you have it.
Hey,
that just seems a little.
It was gonna be a good YouTube. You just had to trust me.
Bryan, you got the new thing in front of your face, man. What you got?
So after our last podcast session, I saw that I was a little bit behind as far as our technological get-up goes amongst the three of us. And I spent $150 on Amazon to get a bunch of things delivered to my house for this to be the only one that works.
And let me tell you, it was glorious. I got it on YouTube, and it was perfect. It's gonna be some good YouTube content.
So basically what we're talking about is I got this sweet boom stand that I can move back and forth and up and down, but I got my microphone taped to my boom stand. So, I mean, but it sounds great. Like, of course I've still got my headphones on, but I got this new microphone for quality audio content. And
it sounds good.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. That's kind of what I'm trying to do here. But yeah, I bought a new webcam though as well. We'll save that for our closing segment.
Yeah.
But I will save that for our closing segment.
That was the part that went just totally awry very quickly.
We're going to have an unboxing part 2 coming up very soon whenever I get my new webcam in.
There's a lot of...
I just want to... Yeah. I'll give Amazon a shout out for pushing all these sponsored products for them not to work. So... I don't know, man. One time for Amazon letting me down. Hopefully they can be at my funeral and be a pallbearer. So whenever they're about to bury me, they can let me down one more time.
Yes.
What about you, Blake? You got any new equipment?
No.
Is that a new hat?
I'm rocking the same. No, man. I've had this hat for a while. It's my favorite hat. I bought it for $3. And it's been real good, man. It's been real good. I actually just had a conversation with somebody because I used to wear a lot of flat bill hats, and I wore them all sideways and upwards, and all those great ways that real upstanding members of society wear their hats. And
I have a flat bill,
which I was 100%. Hey, I still wear them every now and then. But anyway, I just had a conversation with somebody about how much more comfortable this hat was, but. Sometimes you gotta, the hat you mow the lawn in is the best hat.
It's because it's got the vented back to make your head breathe.
Right, man.
You gotta let the head breathe.
Yeah. You ain't lying. Cool. Yeah. No, I don't have any new equipment, man. But I have been making the most out of the equipment I do have. I had to redo all my audio settings and figure a lot of stuff out because if you haven't gone and seen our first piece of YouTube content, it's about sharing our page with your entire Facebook group. And Taylor and I put that video together in about 30 seconds.
It is a gem. It is a gem.
You can tell because Taylor's audio doesn't work at all in the video. It's just him talking. So we had to voice over 4 days after that because you only really get one shot It's sending an invite to all your friends, and once you hit that button, it's gone. And my audio, you might not be able to tell if you watch it on like a TV or your phone, but if you have headphones on, you might notice that my voice only comes through the left ear, and I had to solve that problem. So
Yeah, just
but, you know,
we had ourselves a week of content creation, Blake. Let me tell you. You want to run through what happened on Sunday?
Which brings us to our first topic on the outline that I'm not reading off of right now. I just want to talk about what we've been doing last week, and also I just want to go ahead and throw this out there. Our topic is content. If you couldn't tell from our coming soon or starting soon screen, content. We're talking about content that we're producing, maybe a little content that we like to consume. The content we have now, the content we want to make in the future, and maybe do a little brainstorming on some ideas for some things that we could talk about in the future. Where were we? What was I was about to talk about? I lost my train of thought.
You're about to tell them about the train wreck that we had for a boardroom on Sunday.
Absolute. Oh, that. Yeah, we had we started doing this Twitch live stream every Sunday at whatever time we feel like getting together. It's called Boardroom. It's where Taylor and I play video games and allegedly talk about business and talk about what we're going to do on the podcast, because normally it is the following day and all that kind of stuff. So this Sunday we got on and we decided we were going to play Destiny, because we haven't played that in a long time. We're all three big Destiny fans, or have been at some point. And we get on to play Destiny. I start my update because it's probably been like 3 months since I've played, and Taylor realizes that he doesn't have Destiny installed because his hard drive crashed. Yep. What was it? When was that? Like a month ago? A little less, a little more.
It was like 2.5. No, about 3 weeks ago. My hard drive crashed, and like I don't play video games on this computer anymore, so like I just didn't have any games for us to play. So we showed up to a video game stream, and I didn't have any games to play. So, and you didn't have any. We didn't have any of the same games. So we had to start installing a game, and then we had to kind of hang out, and that took forever. And then we went.
Yeah, shout out to Spectrum Internet for being fast enough to download Apex Legends in about 20 minutes and let us start playing it. So that was pretty cool. However, things only went downhill from there because we are terrible.
Oh, we are
at
so
Apex
bad.
Legends.
We're so bad.
It wasn't. I don't even. Maybe it was funny. I don't know, but I don't think it really was even all that funny how bad we were. We were just bad.
No, we should have been more prepared.
You see this right here, fellas?
Yeah.
This right here. I mean, granted, my hard drive only holds like 3 games at a time, but like I don't have to go fishing for them. I know where they are. So maybe you guys should. Maybe you should take it down a notch and bring it back to the. To
the box.
Oh, I have my
to the realm of plebeians, and you guys hop on and let's play a little Xbox together. I wish you guys could just. Jeez, sorry, I don't have.
I still have my Xbox right now. It's just like a $300 Netflix machine.
Yeah, watch a lot of Vampire Diaries online. So check it out.
I have Princess Bride playing on loop.
Hey, Taylor, you gonna slap the wheels back on this thing or what?
Yeah.
Oh, right. So anyway, we tried to do a boardroom. We tried to make it good. It was not. It was awful. I felt so bad. Like when we were done, I just went straight to sleep. I was like, this was awful. This was horrible. We're gonna come in next Sunday, way better prepared.
Yeah. We're going to give you guys some quality content on Sunday, which is what we're talking about tonight. So we should probably prepare a little bit tonight, actually.
Yeah, maybe be a little bit more ready. No matter what we're trying to do, it always takes us like 2 hours to get ready and do it. We got to figure that out.
No doubt, man. Just
which maybe when we stop buying more equipment, that way we can just like turn it on.
Yeah.
And hit go. I think that'll be a good day when that can happen.
I'm done with my equipment buying for the time being. I don't know about you guys.
I don't know. We'll see.
We see that with the foam boards that you've added behind you. Since
oh yeah, let me tell you guys about this. So this stuff that you can see behind me here.
Yeah, for all our audio listeners that can see.
Sorry guys, I forgot about you. But for everybody watching on Twitch out there, me and my sister have had this in a closet outside of my room since I've lived here, and I just happened to get a condenser mic that requires some sound dampening or it doesn't sound very good. And I walked in the closet and I saw like all of this sound dampening stuff, and I was like, this is amazing. This is exactly what I'm looking for. So my room has been turned into a small studio that, yeah. So I have to drag all of this stuff out of my closet and put it up for every podcast episode. And I think I'm just going to leave it up, honestly.
Yeah, man. It really adds to the feng shui of the space.
Yeah, my dog loves it, let me tell you.
Anyway, all right, let's steer this thing back towards content. So content, big news about some content right here on this podcast because it's about this podcast. So this week, we've edited all the episodes leading up to this one. Taylor has made videos for all the episodes leading up to this one.
They're on our
We've
YouTube
got full
channel.
audio. They've got intros. They've got outros. They've got intro music provided by CBDB. Go check them out on iTunes and Spotify. For real,
Yes.
They're good friends of ours. They were gracious enough to let us use one of their songs. That's what you hear. Well, it didn't quite work today, but that's what you normally hear in our starting soon page, and that's
It's
the
kind of our
little,
theme
little,
song.
little snippet at the beginning of all of our videos and podcasts. That's "Opa Like a Yella" by CBDB. It's awesome. Go check it out.
Man, that's a good song, dude.
Yeah, it makes our content better.
Yes.
We can just get up here and mumble for 3 hours, but as long as we put that song in there,
Yeah.
it's good.
So yeah.
So all the podcasts got done and fully produced and uploaded and
we are published on Google and Stitcher right now, so you can go listen to, and we're going to be on iTunes in a matter of, it could be at any moment. They can email me and tell us that we're on iTunes, so we're looking out for that to make the official announcement on our social media. But I just want to take a minute and tell you guys how incredibly hard that we've worked this week to get that stuff put together for you guys, and it took a lot from me and Blake and Bryan too. It took a lot from us, and we were excited to get it to you guys. So we worked really hard on editing all that video content and audio content and putting it all together, making logo stings, and man, what a week.
it's been fun. It's been a good time.
It has been. It really like I realized how much that I really enjoyed making this kind of this content. This, you know, I like writing blogs. I like writing scripts, and I like cutting videos. I like editing videos. Like, I like all of it, man. So I've really had just a great time just coming up with content and then executing it. And I'm really proud that we decided to just launch this thing and then put it out there for people to see.
I like turtles.
So anyway, moral of that story is I don't remember what time you texted me this morning, Taylor, but on Thursday, March the 14th, around noon, we'll say, you should be able to go at least to Google Podcasts, search Probably Professionals, and we should pop up right there. You should see our logo and everything. And the Go XLR also has a sample pad on
Yes,
it.
I'm gonna show up in Houston and just take that thing away from you and bring it back.
They hate it so much.
I've got one of these pre-Sonus audio box USB things that does the same thing, and I swear. Sorry, I can't. Taylor can change the gender of his tone.
I'm not gonna do it for you guys now, but you hang out after the stream. We'll play around with the audio settings on it.
Shenanigans with effects. That's a lot of what's been going on this week in terms of content. Did we get anything? So we did the horrible YouTube video that went wrong, but we made it work.
Yes.
We did the awful game stream.
Yes.
And then we actually did good work with the podcast.
Yes, you did an excellent job with that audio, man. The mix was really top quality.
Speaking of editing the podcast audio, that brings us to some future content. So we've been talking a lot about making more videos, putting more stuff out there, and especially we want to get into a little bit of. We got a couple of ideas for some tutorials that we want to do because we both do a lot of stuff, and we've all three been learning a lot At least I have. I don't know. It feels like I've been trying to cram a lot of information in my head when it comes to editing and sound editing, video editing, how to get your podcasts on iTunes.
Yeah.
Is apparently, I think I'd rather climb a mountain.
Ain't no mountain high enough.
Ain't no valley low enough, sir.
Ain't no river wide enough.
It's been
to get this podcast on iTunes.
It's been a journey, man. But like, I love learning new stuff, dude. Like that's my thing. I love to just not know something, then go figure out how to do it. Like that stuff.
And so we've decided that with that wealth of knowledge we get from about the 3 hours we spend learning how to do something, we're gonna make some content videos about how we do things. So one of the first ones on that list, I'm gonna make a video as I edit this podcast that we're talking and visualizing and streaming right now. As I edit that podcast, I'm going to be shooting some of that process and talking about it and doing some voiceover stuff and adding lots of pretty shots and edits. And we're going to release a YouTube video about how we edit our podcast. And it's going to be everything from what you need to start recording and how we do the recording. We're going to talk about the countdown and the claps and all of that stuff. There's only one program that you really have to get it all done. And I'm going to go all the way through until you finally export that last MP3 that is your full completed podcast with intro and outro and music and all that great stuff. That video is not going to cover getting your podcast published, but that will come soon.
That's a whole nother YouTube video.
Yeah, it's a lot. So that's coming. Taylor, are you still going to go through with your plans on making a little content about the Go XLR?
Yes. So I want to, because let me tell you, man, there's not a lot of stuff on the internet about the Go XLR. Even though it is one of the most popular streaming items out right now, there's only a couple of YouTubers out there making any kind of videos about it. So I think I'm gonna make a couple content videos about it. I don't know what I'm gonna say about it yet. I need to write the script. Do you want to get into what we're gonna start doing? Like now? Okay. So this next week, I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start editing or developing some WordPress sites on the Twitch channel. I'm gonna live stream it, and I think I'm going to give the first one that I design on stream. I'm just gonna give it away to a lucky chatter, or they might be a lucky chatter. It depends on who's looking at the website, I guess.
I've seen your websites.
Yes, you have.
They're pretty good, man. It'd be a lucky listener.
Thank you.
Maybe you can do one for my Berry Bangers stuff.
Yes. And so the plan would be to have WordPress Wednesdays, maybe an hour or two every Wednesday night, and not necessarily give away a website every week, but work on some of my friends' projects that I said that I would do, and go in there and try to generate some engagement.
Yeah,
I don't know if I've ever heard of anybody developing WordPress on stream before, so that could be pretty interesting. I'd have to figure out some kind of entertainment value behind it.
I like it. So yeah, we got anything else coming up that we know we're gonna do?
Yes, I've got a blog series coming out. So I don't know if you guys keep up with our blog, but I'm on a 10-week personal development blog post every week about personal development. We're gonna launch the list of my and I have to let's circle back to it. I got to pull it up, and it had a title and everything. It was really sweet, and I can't remember it.
Well, I'll talk about a series that I've started working on. I've started working on what I'm calling the Homemaker series, which is it's all going to be blog posts. There will definitely be some YouTube videos probably that go along with it too. Mostly blog stuff about. The first one's about kind of when you're searching for a home, using your head, but also kind of feeling it out with your heart. It's real sweet. You might cry. But it's the Homemaker series, so we start all the way from buying the house and what you should think about and why that process should scare you, and then how to kind of overcome that and how to do a few things when you tour a house to make sure you're not making a bad investment, all the way through, my wife and my experience with buying the house and all the stress that came with that, and the having to borrow that amount of money, which is still a little bit ridiculous to kind of hold around in my head, all the way through all the renovations we've done and continue to do, and things like that. And yeah, so Homemaker series, I don't know how many parts it's going to be, because I usually don't know when to shut up when I start writing. So I think my first blog post was like one Microsoft Word page long, and my last two have been over 3 pages. So I might be a little wordy.
No, it's good, dude. The longer the blog posts are, the better. Man, it's hot in here. All this foam 3 feet away from me is really choking the air off in my room. Bryan, what have you been up to this week?
Man, done a whole lot of nothing. Done a whole lot of shopping on Amazon. I've got these product reviews that we've been working on. Taylor and I did an unboxing yesterday.
Yes. Oh, yeah. That is one
with
thing.
With the things that we bought. It's going to be more than likely going to end up being a 3-part series, because something that I'm really getting into right now is I'm interested in streaming. Of course, I've jumped on board with you guys, and we've decided to do this stream as we record our live pod, which is great. Taylor brings me on our own pod, makes me look like I'm just illy prepared when I don't have the right equipment. So he's lit a fire under me, and he's been a great motivator to make me strive to be the best at what I can be and have the best equipment I can have, so I can outdo him.
Would you
because
say
I want to be better than what Taylor has, and that's nothing personal. But what I'm gonna do, what you guys have got me in the mind frame to do is I've got this webcam that I bought that doesn't work, and I'm getting a new one, probably the Logitech. Anyways,
C920, I think is what I have.
That's the one. Yeah, that's what we're gonna product review coming on that. I'm gonna get into the streaming world pretty deep, to the point to where I want to gain a bunch of followers via Twitch or however, whatever frame everybody's using nowadays. I know that I've been fooling around playing a little Fortnite on Twitch and streaming and letting my friends watch me get mutilated because I'm absolutely trash at video games. But something that I'm really looking into is live streaming me while I mix and while I'm starting to DJ and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
And because I know a lot of the people that I work with in Birmingham, a lot of my peers that are in the same circuit as I am, that DJ around town. Everybody has a different way about going about things, and the way I play music, I bring a different added flavor to the circuit. So if there's anything that I can do to help people out in order to learn a new trick behind the turntables, or learn how to do this, if you can't beat match, then maybe I can help you beat match, just whatever. But I want to start live streaming me playing music in order to help people get a better concept, because I know anybody can do it. I mean, look, I do it for a living now, but I'm jumping on the live stream board. I've got some bars coming out about what you can do to start streaming, what kind of equipment that you need to do, and then of course our unboxing and product reviews that we're going to have on the way with the stuff that I bought.
Can't wait to edit that.
I really can't wait to see it, because I had a blast shooting it until half the stuff I bought didn't work.
Yeah.
Am I in this video? Because you guys called me while I was at work like 4 times.
No, I think I had stopped recording by then.
It's okay. It's all on my Twitch stream.
Yeah. So I've got my blog plan mapped out. So as you guys know, or maybe not know, I took on an ambitious goal of doing a 10-week series on personal development. So my second part is coming out next, I'm gonna try to get it out tomorrow. It might be on Saturday. So what we're gonna do from here on out is I'm gonna take you on. I'm gonna give you a checklist. And if you're struggling with transitioning from being someone like I was when I was in college, and needing to move on to the adult world, quote unquote, It's going to be a checklist, and if you're able to check all these boxes, then you could very well be on your way to on your way to at least a decent job. So it's going to be called Taylor's foolproof checklist of achievable goals and tasks. One more time, Taylor's foolproof checklist of achievable goals and tasks. And we're gonna go through one check on it every week for let's see, 8 more weeks, and then by the time it all is said and done, it will be a somewhat of a book, and you could pretty much consider it the poor man's 7 habits of highly effective people. So that is some content that I will be producing in the next 10 weeks. You guys should check it out. Again, it is called Taylor's Foolproof Checklist of Achievable Goals and Tasks.
I think you should call it Hanye's Manuscript to Success, but that's just me. It's got a good ring. Sounds good. Itself.
When you're doing all this like YouTube content and audio content and all this kind of stuff, like writing blogs is tough. Let me tell you. I sat down and wrote one today, and I struggled through it. Trying to keep blog content up, it's tough, but it is necessary. So,
I'm just.
Is that everything we got?
I'm kind of curious as to. Just to see what people's feedback is just on what we've got going so far, because if people aren't liking what we're at, it's always good. People on Twitch, everybody listens to the podcast. All input is really better than no input, because if people aren't giving us input on what we're doing, we don't know how we can build and better brand this thing.
Absolutely.
Around
it was
general
actually
concept.
the original plan for this week's episode was to have a good friend of ours on that listens to a lot of podcasts. That was his number one qualification for being our on-air feedback, was the fact that he listens to more podcasts than anyone else I know. And he was going to come on and give us some feedback and stuff like that, but we couldn't work it out this week. But we'll definitely have him on in the future and try to get we're going to get some real live on-air feedback. If we're doing awful, hopefully he tells us that we're awful.
Yes. I also have a new, I don't want to call him a client because he's a good friend of mine. His name is Alex Ritchie. He is graduating from the University of Alabama in May. Get this, he's graduating with a degree in radio storytelling. You know what that means? Is getting podcasts to sound like NPR. This is what he told me. So
he actually has a couple of podcasts. I didn't really think about giving out the names to those. Do you know them? So
I don't know. See, everything he's got's like we haven't really talked about it, but just rest assured he knows what he's doing. I've listened to some of his stuff and it sounds incredible. So he's agreed to come in, and he's kind of gonna be the antithesis of Blake, because Blake likes it all like non-edited and just off the cuff, which I'm fine with. I don't care. But like Alex, he likes his podcast ultra produced and like storytelling. So that's 2 different styles of podcasting that we're gonna feature in the coming weeks. I haven't planned anything out with him.
So we have a debate over which style is better.
I mean, I like both of them, man. Have you ever listened to S-Town? S-Town's like the greatest thing ever.
I haven't. It's on my feed, but I haven't.
It's really good. It's like the most popular podcast.
I will say there is a podcast out there that I'll go ahead and shout out, because it's one of those types. I think it's one of the PRX podcasts. It's called 99% Invisible. It's mostly about design, if you're into that.
Ooh.
Not like HGTV design, but design like they talk about the guy who designed Wrigley Field. They talked about Frank Lloyd Wright, a infamous architect with houses pretty much all over the country. Lots of stuff like that. But it's a design podcast, and they do a lot of it's I guess more like, I mean, I guess it's a lot more like journalism than what we're trying to do here, you know, because they've got a story that they're telling, and they do interviews, and they bounce back and forth from person to person. It is interesting. I'm coming around on some of that style, but yeah, I think the big problem I have
really
is
cool.
I know I've talked bad about a couple of podcasts on this podcast already, so I won't do it more. But there are certainly some podcasts out there I do not enjoy.
Yes, I know, and you've been very vocal about that before too.
I just wish
Hey,
that
man.
I wish I had more to bring to the table when it comes to podcasts, because you guys are all listening to these really nice, elegant podcasts that tell you I'm out here listening to filth when I listen to podcasts. I'm just going to go ahead and
I mean, I listened to Joe Rogan, and I don't know if you guys know who Alex Jones is or listen to that podcast episode, but
That's a joke. That was definitely a joke.
I
Wait,
mean,
what?
there's a supercut of Alex Jones on
Wait,
Joe Rogan.
isn't he the really eccentric religious guy that's like
No,
way
that's
over the top?
he's the conspiracy theory
Oh,
guy.
Yeah.
that's Alex
Do you
Jones.
guys do you guys mind if we just get into this for just like a brief? I just want to know if you guys really think that Alex Jones is for real. Because if this guy is for real, honest to God, dude, like I don't understand. Like it has to be his shtick. Like that.
Taylor doesn't know who Alex Jones is somehow, even though he lives and works about 20 minutes from him.
You are in Alex Jones land, dude. It's like him and Jerry down there running things. So I mean,
I will check him out. I'll check him out. Here's what I'm gonna do for you. I'm gonna check him out, and I'm gonna come back and give you my thoughts on next week's podcast.
I do.
All right. Before we move away from this topic, I just want to say interdimensional space demons. That's all I want to say.
They're in.
I can't wait.
There's wizards, and they're in temples, and they're all taking drugs, and they're controlling the universe with this manic focus. It's crazy, dude. You just got to watch it. You're gonna. It's good. But I mean, if you guys want my input on a good podcast, what you should listen to, I think the Court with A-Rod and Big Cat is kind of.
Oh man, that's a classic, dude.
That's
really
one of the best ones I've heard turn out. And of course, pardon my take, is where you get all your sports information and.
Yeah, I love the Court because like Big Cat does not change his personality one bit.
Oh no,
he's like it's so funny just to see like him like kind of carry that persona into like a serious environment. It's hilarious, man. Y'all need to check that out.
That's a serious subject.
Yeah.
And one time for A-Rod and Jayla getting engaged time of night, dude.
Yeah, I didn't even know about that.
Oh well, hey, here I am breaking news on Probably Professionals.
Breaking moves.
Yeah, well, I'll get up and dance you on if you want me to, big fella.
I don't know if the wheels are still attached or not. This seems to be a recurring issue with the three of us doing a podcast together.
Yeah.
It's like it starts really good, and we really talk about a subject in depth, and then we start talking about Barry dancing on the desk.
Yeah, it didn't help that we nailed down.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the whole purpose of this podcast was us talking about content. And if you don't think me getting up and busting a move would be some great content,
I do think it would be.
please.
You're right.
One time for Teddy Westside in the Twitch.
What's up, Big
Chat.
Teddy? I actually said something to him, and you guys didn't hear me because I can mute myself and talk to Twitch chat.
Oh,
I'm so
wow. That's another great feature of the Go XLR.
Oh, we actually got into the Divvy affiliate program today. By the way, you guys.
Can you explain to everyone, including me, what that is?
Affiliate marketing. So if you write a blog, let's say, so with our account, if you write a blog post or produce a YouTube asset, which is like a video, and it's about Divvy or it has Divvy featured in it, and Divvy is a WordPress page builder. It's the most popular WordPress page builder in the country right now. It's great. It makes designing websites simple. So we're in the affiliate program. If you make an asset, a blog post, YouTube video, podcast, anything like that, and you include the link somewhere and somebody clicks that link and signs up for their services, we get a cut of that. It's just one of many, many, many affiliate programs I plan on signing up for, because that's just part of it. So.
But that's what you use on our website,
Yes,
correct?
Yes, absolutely. I use Divi. I use Divi on our website personally, and pretty much most all of WordPress sites that I build, because like honestly, like it's either Divi or another non-premium theme you're using for WordPress, and Divi's it's just so versatile. You can make it look any type of way you want. So
Right on. So you fully endorse that product?
I fully endorse Divi for sure.
You heard that, Divi. So when the sponsorship season starts coming around, at Kind of Coaches, we're everywhere.
And this will be the first time we ever get to say this on this podcast, but there will be a link in the show notes.
Yeah. It feels good, man. It feels good.
There'll be a link in the show notes.
There'll be a link in the show notes. I can't wait to say, check out the description box below.
Yeah.
Swipe up.
Yeah. We'll get there eventually.
All that. We're getting real good.
We're practicing.
All right. So the only thing left that I had on my checklist over here, and I want to keep this nice and short. We're running about 36 minutes, 37 minutes right now. Just, real quick little brainstorm session about a couple of content ideas. So we've talked about, I'm making a video about editing podcasts. Taylor's going to do some content on the Go XLR, because there seriously is none out there. None. Except for like the company that makes it has some pretty good,
very comprehensive,
very
videos.
Simple. Well, yeah, but yeah, but actual practical use, like sit down, plug it up, get going, solve basic problems. Like there's not a lot of good. You got to really dig.
Yeah.
And even then, it's hard to find stuff. So content coming out on that, unboxing and product reviews from all the wonderful Chinese products that Barry bought. Excuse me, Bryan bought for his streaming setup, and lots of blog posts. We're all trying to slam as many of those out as we can. But good content, man. We're trying to get some good stuff out there in the world, provide you guys with some good information. So this is the part where so for anyone who doesn't know, anyone who's listening to this or watching it on YouTube, we do live stream the recording of our podcasts normally every Monday at 7. This week was a little different. Next week might also be a little different. We'll let you know as soon as possible, whenever we know if we're going to be live on Monday or not, or if it's going to be another pushback week. But so I want to open this up. We're streaming to Twitch right now. So if anybody in chat has any suggestions on things you'd like to see us cover in blog posts or videos or future podcast topics, whatever you want. If you want to throw some words out there, and we'll discuss them and we'll check them out. But
it
so
does
do
look
either
like my
you
mom
guys
is in Twitch chat right now. So Mom, if you have anything you want us to make for you, good information coverage. All right.
But do either of you guys got any ideas? Like, hey, I know a lot about this. We should make a video about it, because that's basically where we are right now. Like, what do I know a little bit about?
Yeah. Well,
let's make a video about it.
That's just marketing in general. Is like, what problem can you solve for? Like what niche can you get in? And it's tough to get. My mom says makeup tutorials, by the way.
Yes. There you go, Taylor.
It's tough to break into a niche when you literally have a website that is about helping everybody with everything, and that's not gonna. We'll pivot eventually. We'll find what our kind of area is, but for right now, that's why the content is kind of it's hard to produce, because we really don't know who we're producing it for, if that makes any sense. Like, we know all of our friends and stuff out there, but like once this thing like starts gaining some steam and stuff, we really like to hear from you guys about some ideas you might have, like make our jobs easy, like help us help you.
That's right, man. We get a free. You tell us what videos to make, and we'll make them, and you get to watch them for free.
Mom, if you want us to make a makeup tutorial, I would gladly do.
You know what? Actually, she might be onto something because that would be hilarious.
Yeah, and she's
Hilarious.
Blake. You could do a room decor video too. That would be really funny.
Yeah, I can talk about my Lion King pillow that everyone seems to like. Speaking of all that, this might be the last time for those of you watching video, it might be the last time my room looks like this. I've been trying to finish my new desk that I'm building, but all these people on Facebook Marketplace that have really promising materials for me to make the top of the desk out of keep falling through. So
man,
I'm a little bit behind. And I tried to rip apart some old wood and make it out of that, but apparently if you try to pry rotten wood off of something, it just busts. So, so don't do that.
I would not
Free
know
coaching
the
tip.
first thing about that.
Hate to see it.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of at this weird spot. Like I do want to start making videos about my my building and my making things and my experiences in that. But I don't know if that's something that we put on this channel, or if that's something that just goes on my channel. Or what? I don't know. I think I'm gonna blend a little bit, like I talked about the homemaker series of blog posts, because that is a lot of information that a lot of people will need. How to make a bench, small audience relatively. I'm still gonna do it, but that's not gonna go on kind of coaches. But the homemaker kind of stuff. I mean, I won't say everybody's gonna buy a house at some point, but a lot of people they're gonna come across that. That life event at some point in their lives. So I do want to offer up all the information I can about the one time I went through that experience.
And I'm really looking forward to getting started on my blog series. If you guys have any suggestions for me, again, that is Taylor's Foolproof Checklist for Achievable Goals and Tasks. It is very easy now. But, man, the first time I said that, it was rough.
Kanye's manuscript to success?
Yes. AKA.
Well, look, man, I'm just going to be real with you. I'm not going to crank out another blog till you publish the last one, so.
And that is totally fine.
You are I'm holding you.
I have a wealth of blog posts backlogged. I'm trying to just keep the blog posts kind of on the back burner, just maybe releasing like one a week, just because as we get, 50 weeks or 75 weeks down the road, like we're going to be stretching these things pretty thin. So, yes, I do need to upload your blog posts. So maybe next week, buddy.
It ain't going to upload itself, Taylor.
You have a WordPress login and a college degree.
Man, yeah, that's on me. That's on me. Okay, well, touche.
All
right. So that was our riveting brainstorm session of future content possibilities. I don't know if we solved anything, but it's okay, because once I go through, we're about to wrap up everything, and you're about to learn where you can find all of us on all of our areas of social media.
Wait.
If you come up with any ideas, if you got anything that you want to see a video on or hear about on the podcast or anything like that, I'm gonna let you know. Don't worry, I'm not doing it yet. It's okay. We're going to let you know where you can find all of us, and you can please feel free to tweet at any one of us or at Kind of Coaches and let us know. We want to bring you some cool stuff. So, Taylor, what's up? What are you going to say?
Are we going to do desktop product reviews?
I almost forgot.
I know you did.
I have to.
Oh, I know you did.
I don't know. I forgot what I was going to review, too.
Let's see. All right,
that means I just got to pick something at random.
Everybody take 10 seconds.
I've already got mine.
All right, I've something.
I've been planning on this.
All right, I'm good.
Okay, I'm good.
Who's going first?
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
I've got two.
Nah.
My first one is my first business card that I made for the Forward Text, which is where this idea for Kind of Coaches came from. That's what it looks like. It is a.
Give everybody your cell phone. Everybody call Taylor right now.
It is a sturdy. It is. Look, listen to this. Listen how thick that is. That's a good business card right there. Unfortunately, this is not a company anymore. It has been, what'd you call it? Absorbed into Kind of Coaches. The idea was kind of absorbed. Secondly, you guys just want to check it out. This is what the Go XLR looks like. It is very gamery.
Bro, what pants on?
Don't worry, the YouTube content will be much better than this.
No, yeah. Man, shaky cam is how we're doing all of our content now.
Yeah, so that's what it looks like. It's really fun, dude. I have a blast with it. So that is my desktop product review. I give the business card a 8 whistles out of 10 whistles, and I give the Go XLR a 9 just because I don't have to worry about audio anymore. I just basically do that, and I can myself and. Just all kind of stuff. See, the best thing I can do is turn this all the way up and then sound really weird, and then I press this button and I sound like this. And I can do all kinds of stuff.
Delete that function if you don't mind.
It's just right there at the tip of my fingertips, and sometimes I forget to turn it off.
This segment brought to you by Go XLR.
By Helicon Games. Please be our affiliate.
All right, so at first, I just real quick, I want to interject in your product review here. I had a lot of doubts about the Go XLR. I talked a lot of crap about it. Not on stream, but, well, the truth is out now. And I got to say, it looks pretty cool.
Well, if you think about it, if you got like all of these things separately, a mixer, a sampler, a voice modulator, like that's like $1,200 plus a preamp.
Yeah. Well, that was my one issue was with the price of it. I don't want to get into what it is.
Yeah, let's not get into that right now. My mom's watching.
It didn't make a damn cool.
But I think in terms of being an all-in-one solution.
Yes. And it's simple too. Like I didn't have to. I just plugged it in, and
it was simple enough to where when we did have a problem, I could solve it, or I helped solve it without even being there.
Yeah.
Just seeing the screen, and I said, "Oh, it's probably that," and then we solved it. So, and I have no kind of degree or certification in audio engineering whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'll go next. I don't know if I want to do this. The original thing I picked up to do a desktop review was this Bed Bath & Beyond Spring 2009 catalog. Because very frequently my wife likes to sit in here while I'm working or while we're podcasting or while I'm doing whatever I'm doing in here, and so she was looking through the spring 2019 Bed Bath & Beyond catalog, and I just thought I'd flip through it with you guys a little bit here. I've actually never opened this before, and I've never looked at it, so I have no idea. I have no frame of reference when it comes to this catalog.
Donnie.
I'm like a child who has wandered into a movie.
I knew you were gonna say.
Oh yeah, it was original idea for this podcast to count how many Big Lebowski references we can make.
Man, what a terrible idea.
Yeah, we didn't keep that one up. That segment failed. You know what? Okay, this Bed Bath & Beyond catalog gets like a 3 whistles out of 10 because it just has not held my interest in the 30 seconds I've had it in my hands. So I'm going to instead switch to this. This, for those of you that can't see, is a cable clip. There we go. All right. From a company called Planet Waves. And I recently used it because I had to unplug everything from the back of my PC, which has far too many cables running to it. And so that I didn't lose all of those to the abyss behind my desk when I unplugged them, I was able to wrap this cable clip around them and keep them all in one spot. That way I could move my computer. I took my computer apart. I added a hard drive to it. I did a bunch of stuff to it, put it all back. All the cables are right there, and I could just plug them all back in. Thanks to this cable clip. So I'm going to give this is going to be my first, well, I guess my second non-perfect review, because just as I was trying to close it on stream, it wouldn't close for me, but now it does fine. So this is getting a solid
That sounded like it.
This is getting the good. Eight whistles. 8 whistles out of 10. It does its job very well. It's just every now and then, if you don't get it just right, it doesn't quite close. But it's good. Cable Clips, Planet Waves. It's a good company. I hope they still
I need to
exist.
pick one of those up, dude. I got so many cords coming out of the back of my. I'm afraid my foot's gonna get shocked off one day.
So that was my 2 desktop product reviews. Since we're all doing 2 of them now.
I was only gonna do 1, but since we got 2, I'll do 2.
Oh, Brian, please do that webcam.
So, for everybody looking forward to the unboxing series that we have coming up, we've got it's going to be a 3-part series that'll be released in the next couple weeks. Looking forward to it. Going to be quality content. The first thing that I unboxed, second thing I unboxed yesterday was this. First of all, there's not a website for Spedal. It's like pedal with the S. Spedal doesn't have a website. This is supposed to be a stream webcam. It says that it'll work with my Xbox One, it'll work with the PlayStation, it'll work with everything except for the MacBook Pro I have. So not only did they put like the grammar in this manual that I kept, it's here somewhere. I have it still because the grammar is absolutely pathetic. It's like I don't know, man. It doesn't make much sense, and whoever does it. Whoever did it does not English very well, and that's fine because I English well, and that's all I can do well. I don't Spanish, I can't do Italian, but if I'm going to be writing a review for something, I'm going to make sure that I'm coherent and fluent in whatever language I'm doing it in, and I'm not going to send somebody
or
product.
maybe just run it through Google Translate one good time.
I mean, there's a multitude of different options. Get Rosetta Stone and learn something real quick. Don't be a spud. And I got this faulty. It's supposed to do so. It does automatic low light correction. It does facial enhancement technology, background replacement, a large something, wide angle view, no optical distortion, double noise canceling mic, and it does all that, but it doesn't pick up a picture.
It does not capture video.
It does not capture imaging, and that's what I said yesterday. They asked me on Amazon. I was like, "What's wrong with it?" I was like, "Well,
I'm sure everything is working exactly as it's designed, except for the on switch. That seems to be a little faulty.
Except for the main reason that I bought it.
I'm gonna be editing this video. Just gonna be like,
watch that. I mean, my blood pressure stays high. You guys know that. I'm a ticking time bomb. I can go off at any moment, like I'm a mad person.
Man,
I can't help it.
Did we have us a time with that webcam last night? I cannot wait to put that video up. That's gonna be awesome.
And it was, you know what? The webcam, waiting for it to get here, paying for it, it being faulty, was not the worst part of my night. It gets worse. Desktop product review number 2. My New York Giants hat. I don't know if you guys keep up with sports or what happens. Oh, by the way, notice how this got 0. I didn't give it any whistle ratings because it gets 0 whistles because it doesn't work.
It does not deserve a whistle.
Yeah, we're not going to whistle. Second desktop product review we're going to talk about is my New York Giants hat. If you guys missed the news yesterday, well, not to mention last week they got rid of Landon Collins, which is absolutely the best defensive player in the NFL. We traded Odell Beckham to the Browns yesterday for Jabril Peppers, who is not the best defensive player in the league. We've shipped everybody off. We've got Eli Manning, who's 200, out there playing quarterback. He's won 2 Super Bowls, and that's great. But 3 years ago, Eli, I love you, man, but you should have hung the cleats up. I don't know what the front office is doing, getting rid of. I wouldn't say he's a top 5 receiver right now in the league with the quarterback he's got, but he's on another team right now, so maybe he's going to be better. I give the Giants 2 whistles for
resounding 2 whistles
for being absolute trash this offseason and not doing anything to better yourself, even though Saquon is absolutely going to be the savior of the season. What are we doing?
Man.
What do we do? 2 whistles. I give them 2 whistles.
Brian, how did you fit the whole New York Giants football team on your desk?
What? No, I'm just talking about my hat as a loyal New York Giants fan.
I know. I was
Let me vent, dude. Let me vent.
I'm glad you made it through that whole thing without saying a single cuss word.
Don't do it.
Man. It's real foul. Sorry to be so salty.
It's all right, man. I think, was it the first episode? I went on a rant about college degrees or something.
Yeah, just out of nowhere, man. It came from absolutely nowhere. Go
Sorry.
listen to that one. It'll be on iTunes in probably about a day or so. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll
and if you're getting a degree in hospitality management, stop.
or don't listen
Anyway,
to that episode of the podcast.
Yeah, or don't listen to that episode. All right, that'll about wrap it up. How long where are we at right now?
We're at
55 minutes and 34 seconds.
Perfect.
That's a good. We're getting good at this, boys. We're getting good. All right, man. So I want to thank everybody for listening and watching and streaming with us. This has been Probably Professionals, a podcast presented by kindofcoaches.com. That website is live. It is getting populated every day with new content. Most days that we feel like it, content goes up.
Yeah, sometimes.
Let's keep it on the.
We add new content to the website. Sometimes.
Kind of. Anyway, my name is Blake. You can find me on Twitter at KOC_Blake. You can find me at Instagram at MBLankford256. You can find Taylor on Twitter, Instagram, and just about everything else at KOC_Taylor. Bryan, where can people find you?
You can check me out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Barry Bangers with a Z.
It's right there, right below your name.
Right here.
Yeah. If you're watching the video or the stream, we all have our Twitter handles underneath our little face boxes. You can find Kind of Coaches at Kind of Coaches on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, all that. You can find us everywhere at Kind of Coaches. We did a really good job picking that name, and apparently no one has ever thought of it before. And of course, you can find us, like I said a moment ago, at kindofcoaches.com. You guys got anything else to add to this before we're done?
I got nothing.
Share our stuff.
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe.
Please.
Like,
Swipe
share,
up.
subscribe. That is the most important thing right now.
Swipe up.
Yeah. If tomorrow you go on Google Podcasts or wherever you listen to your podcast, hopefully iTunes very soon, and you can search for probably professionals, screenshot that, and then
tweet it at us.
Yeah, tweet it at us, Facebook it to us. How do you do things on Facebook? You just post it, right?
Yeah, you should.
Yes.
Tag us. Okay.
Tag somebody.
All that. Tag us in it, and share it. Let your friends know. Let your friends' parents know. Let your friends' parents' friends know. All of them, right?
Yeah.
My cat has decided to join the podcast for the last 3 seconds of it.
We're going for another hour.
Oh, kitties.
All right. That's all we got, everybody. I want to thank everybody again for listening. Probably Professionals, presented by Kind of Coaches. We're going to stop our audio recording now whenever you feel like it. All right, Twitch. It's just you and me now.
DQ. Who is DQ? Did we go over this last week?
Is that my buddy from Birmingham, DQ? My DJ buddy, DQ? DJ DQ the Blizzard?
Oh, no, he said nothing much. This is awesome.
Oh, bye, Mom. Love you.
Both of our moms are in the Twitch chat. Where's your mom at, Blake? Come on.
Yeah, if nobody else supports me and loves me, my mama does.
Both of our mothers do. What's up?
Woo!
Mama Jan B, how are you? I miss you. Hope you're feeling well. So let's play around with the effects, and I can go all the way up and then turn my gender all the way to male, and then go all the way up, then turn my pitch all the way up.
Listen, man, all this talk about gender, man, we got to be careful.
Yeah, that's why I was waiting to do it after the. All right.
Yikes.
We're going to wrap...
DQ the Blizzard. What's good, brother?
We're going to wrap it up. I am tired, man. I'm so tired. I'm just ready to go to bed. And it's like 1,000,000 degrees in my room right now.
What you sweat for, Taylor?
Dude, it's hot right now, man.
It's hot.
Milk was a bad decision.
Milk was a bad choice.
I really hope everybody that's watching this stream. We kind of went up and down in there. I'm not looking at what the stats are, but I know I saw at some point there were double digit viewers.
Yeah, we definitely
in
had.
there.
I haven't stopped. You may stop streaming so we can get the stats. All right.
No, I don't know.
No.
Are we done with the stream?
I mean,
We gotta tell everybody bye, man.
okay.
Gotta go.
Well, there's 7 people in the Twitch chat that we have to tell bye. My mom, I think she's still there. Mom, I love you. Thank you for being here. Full Metal DQ.
DQ, thank you, dude.
Definitely enjoyed this episode. I definitely enjoyed you being here, man. Thank you for coming to support us. Go follow us.
We need to reach out. We
on
need to get
all
DQ on the podcast, man.
Yeah,
He's producing
absolutely.
music in Birmingham. He's doing great. We need to bring him
Go-
on and talk to him.
You can come on and talk to me about this Go XLR. And then, so yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. I'm tired.
I don't know. Whatever. Thanks, dudes. Thanks for hanging out.
Thank you, guys.
Go share our stuff.
We gotta go. It's time to roll. Constantinople like a yellow and she's about to blow. I don't know if it's all for show. If we really better hurry back and hit the road. I gotta say, she don't seem to play. She's calling up the muscle and they on the way. We gotta go.